13 on Your Side Weather Deck is sponsored by Montel Construction, your home team.
Welcome back to 13 on Your Side. I'm meteorologist Samantha Jacks outside on a foggy and misty weather deck. After last night's storms raced throughout West Michigan, we are now on deck for another round of storms that could potentially be even stronger than this batch that we saw last night. Look at this video sent in to us from Grandville. This is what we call a shelf cloud, or the leading edge of a thunderstorm cell there. Now, this line structure of storms is exactly what we're expecting once again overnight tonight from 11 p.m. continuing on until around 4 a.m. early tomorrow morning. But during the overnight hours and with the ingredients we're expecting today, the threat is even higher than what we experienced yesterday. Our weather ball right now is solid red, as we do have even warmer temperatures ahead.
The 13 on Your Side Weather Ball, sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse.
Now, in the wake of yesterday's storms, it did leave behind some patchy to dense fog across the region, causing dense marine fog advisories in play until 8 o'clock tonight. And look at the water right now. This is Collin Park in Holland. You can't even see the water off in the distance there. And it's not just along the lakeshore boundary. Some of this fog working further inland as well, sitting at around a half to a quarter mile visibility. We have no dense fog advisory in place right now, but you do want to give yourself a little bit of extra time on your morning commute. 58 degrees in Grand Rapids, and dew point sitting right on top of that, hence the fog that's occurring outside. 58 in Holland and 63 right now in Big Rapids. What will happen throughout the day today is dew points actually continue to climb, and so do our temperatures, taking us to feels like conditions in the upper 80s across the region. And this is the atmosphere that's going to fuel our potential for storms later on tonight. Here's the cluster of thunderstorms already causing several severe thunderstorm warnings, even flash flood warnings in place for those off to the south and west of us. And while flooding isn't a concern for us as we head into the overnight hours, damaging winds, a spin-up tornado, and even hail are all going to be potential threats. Hour-by-hour forecast actually keeps us dry for all of our daylight hours today, so plenty of time to prepare for the potential for severe storms later on tonight. We see this line structure approach our lakeshore boundary by 11 o'clock, continuing to work to our lakeshore region by 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, this is when damaging winds are going to be possible. The main threat is concentrated to the west of US 131, where we have the level 3 risk for severe weather, but isolated to scattered severe storms are possible for the entire region. Conditions will quiet down by the time we hit around 3 to 4 a.m. and then mostly sunny skies return for your Wednesday afternoon as well as your Thursday. Here you can see that enhanced risk for severe storms for our lakeshore region, where damaging winds are going to be of highest threat. The further inland that they travel, the less they're going to have the energy that they need to be sustained as strong damaging storms, but we still could again see that isolated to scattered threat. A spin-up tornado will certainly be possible with this system, but different from the tornado that we saw in Portage a few weeks ago, and that's because I would not expect this to be a long track or long-lived tornado. It would spin up. As soon as it touches down, it would break apart and lose its steam, so that's something to be mindful of there. Lakeshore boundary today, mid to upper 80s. Northern zone today also in the mid 80s and mid to upper 80s for our southern zone. Winds will kick up throughout the afternoon hours, and then during that storm time frame, 60+ mile per hour wind gusts will be possible. The rest of your 13 on Your Side 10-day forecast. This weekend's forecast does feature opportunities for rainfall once again. I will say there has been very little consistency between model runs for Memorial Day weekend, so we could likely continue to see changes in this forecast.